JBN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Hi guys. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and to share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. 3 held after bar robbery and firearm seizure in Manchester. Quick action by the Manchester police resulted in the recovery of stolen items, the seizure of an illegal gun, and the arrest of 3 men. The recovered items had reportedly been taken by gunmen who had earlier robbed patrons at a sports bar in Christian in the parish. No one was hurt in the incident, police said. Reports are that around 9 p.m., 4 men, 2 armed with handguns, held up and robbed the owner, bartender, and a patron at the bar on the Fine Grass Main Road. During the hold-up, the men took 3 cell phones from the victims and ripped 3 poker boxes, all valued at $1.8 million from the wall. They also took several top-shelf liquors, valued at $250,000, and a bag with an undetermined sum of cash. The men escaped in a waiting black Toyota Voxy. A team from the Manchester police responded quickly and intercepted the Voxy on the Hopewell Main Road. Inside the vehicle were the 3 phones stolen from the bar, along with several others. The men were taken into custody. Further investigations led the police to an abandoned building in Hopewell District, where the stolen poker boxes and the top-shelf liquors were recovered. Another abandoned building a short distance away was also searched, and a Thunder 9 Beretta 9mm pistol with a magazine containing several rounds was found. The recovered items and the seized gun were all taken into police custody. The police are also reporting that a gun was seized and the 2 men arrested for breaching the Noise Abatement Act at an illegal party in Crosskeys, Manchester, on Sunday morning. A police source said about 1:30 a.m. an operation was conducted at a location in Crosskeys where a party that was not permitted was ongoing. A search was conducted, resulting in a 9mm Smith & Wesson with 7 9mm rounds being found. Police said 2 men, including the owner of the premises, were charged with breaches of the Noise Abatement Act. One of the men, aged 26, was also charged with illegal possession of marijuana. Cornwall College mourns sudden loss of Spanish teacher. Classes have been suspended at the Cornwall College in St. James as the school has been plunged into mourning following the sudden death of one of its Spanish teachers on Sunday morning. She is 41-year-old Kamika Warren. Grief counseling has been provided at the school for the academic, auxiliary, and ancillary staff. As a result, students have been asked to remain at home. School resumes on Tuesday for the boys. It is understood that Warren was admitted on Saturday at the Cornwall Regional Hospital in Montego Bay after complaining of difficulty breathing. The educator, who was the head of the Department for Spanish at Cornwall, is said to have been employed at the all-boys school for over a decade. 2 taxi drivers shot, 1 fatally, in St. Andrew. Police are trying to unravel an incident in which 2 taxi drivers were shot, 1 fatally, along Whitehall Avenue in St. Andrew on Sunday afternoon. The dead man has been identified as 38-year-old Sean Granville from Bulby in the parish. The injured cabbie is said to be from Kingston 8. Reports are that around 4:45 p.m., residents heard loud explosions and summoned the police. Upon their arrival, the police found Granville suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the upper body. He was quickly assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he died. The other taxi driver later turned up at hospital, suffering from gunshot wounds to the right hand and right leg stemming from the said incident. He was admitted in a stable condition. The police say they are still trying to ascertain the motive for the shooting. Woman found dead on roadway in St. Anne. Police have launched a probe into the stabbing death of a woman whose body was found on Market Street in St. Anne's Bay, St. Anne on Sunday night. Reports say that the woman, who is still unidentified, is about 40 years old, of a dark complexion, and had multiple stab wounds to her upper body. Passers-by reportedly found the woman and rushed her to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, where doctors confirmed her dead. Police investigators probing the scene and the surrounding areas reportedly found blood stains leading from the St. Anne's Bay Transport Center. The police say further information will be made available as they continue their investigations. JUTC in mourning after 3 workers die hours apart. Employees of the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, have been plunged into mourning following the passing of 3 of their own within a matter of hours. 3 male workers of the state-owned bus company passed away on Saturday in unrelated circumstances. The men have been identified as Adrian Marriott, Winston Malcolm, and Glendon Clark. A co-worker of the men, who spoke under the condition of anonymity as he was not authorized to speak to the media, said Marriott and Malcolm died of natural causes, while Clark fell off a roof in a freak accident. Glendon jumped off of the roof. As me see him drive the 308 bus past me yard every morning, him blow him on. And me always tell him, say, don't wake up my wife when you pass. So we always drove when we see each other at the work or after work, the employee said. He further shared that Marriott was shot 2 years ago, but had since returned to the job. However, he said that now deceased was a diabetic. He died in the hospital. Him get shot up one morning at the bus stop, waiting for his staff bus, and a car pass and shoot him up. Anyway, him going to the hospital and him recover, but he was a diabetic, said the employee. As for Malcolm, known affectionately as Sleepy, the co-worker said he passed away following an operation, adding that the deaths have cast gloom over the JUTC staff. Sleepy was a driver, the manager's brother. Him done operation. Anyway, me after work now, and me don't even feel the vibes to go no work. But me go and sit down with the rest of his staff them today, the employee said, adding that the loss of his co-workers hit especially hard because they shared a sense of camaraderie. Biker killed and pillion injured in gun attack in Hanover. A biker was shot and killed, and a 13-year-old boy shot and injured by unknown assailants on the South Spring Main Road in Hanover on Saturday night. The deceased has been identified as 19-year-old Keith Mary, otherwise called Junior, of Green Island in the parish. Reports from the Green Island police are that about 8:38 p.m., Mary was driving a motorcycle along the roadway with a teenager as a pillion when a group of motorcyclists drove up and opened gunfire at them. Mary lost control of the motorcycle, which then collided into a fence. When the shooting subsided, Mary and the teen were found suffering from gunshot wounds. They were taken to hospital, where Mary was pronounced dead and the teenage boy treated and admitted in a stable condition. The Green Island police are investigating. Watchman charged for allegedly stealing goats. The St. Elizabeth police have arrested and charged 50-year-old watchman Carl Sinclair after allegedly stole 3 goats in Lititz district in the parish on Saturday. The police say about 6 p.m., a woman tied her goats to the rear of her house. Later that evening, she went to make checks and discovered that 3 of her goats, valued at $70,000, were missing. She made a report to the police and a probe was launched. On Sunday, the police carried out an operation in the area where the goats were recovered and Sinclair arrested. It was subsequently charged with the larceny of cattle. Murders down 14% so far in 2024. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF is reporting that 292 people were murdered as at April 6, 2024, which is 49 fewer than for the corresponding period in 2023. This represents a 14% decline in homicides year on year. The JCF's latest statistics show that 341 murders were recorded at April 6 last year. The St. James Police Division leads the 19 police divisions in relation to the number of homicides, with 40 reported murders. Westmoreland with 27 murders, St. Catharines South with 25, St. Andrews South with 25, St. Andrews Central with 20, and the St. Anne with 20 round out the top 5 divisions in relation to the number of murders. Portland has the least with 2. These statistics released this morning also show there were 290 reported shootings for the period under review, which was a 2.8% increase. Rape incidents have declined by 40%, robbery by 1%, and break-ins by 13%. Judge denies bail for music producer Shabdon and co-accused. Popular dancehall music producer Linval Shabdon Thompson Jr. and his murder accused Tajay Clark had their renewed bail application denied when they made an appearance in the St. James Circuit Court on Friday. They are set to face trial on January 8. The men are accused of the 2022 triple murder of 27-year-old Shadwell Fraser, otherwise called Bombrain or Chad, 24-year-old Chamaria Chippy Calvin, and 26-year-old Todian Reed, otherwise called Two Fly. The 3 were reportedly shot at a birthday party on Mall Road in Rose Heights, St. James, on May 25. Thompson has been represented by King's Counsel Tom Tavares Finson, while Clark has been represented by Kadeen Coleman. When the case was called up in court on Friday, the lawyers made the renewed application on the grounds of a change in circumstances. However, this was denied by High Court Justice Bertram Morrison, who was not convinced. The case was first set for trial last November, but it has snag. According to Tavares Finson, two witnesses did not show up for court. The witnesses had also reportedly pointed out Thompson Jr. in an identification parade, but Tavares Finson's questions. He pointed out that there were claims that the accused men were wearing masks. Tavares Finson said information later came through the media that at least one of the witnesses was held and charged with murder in the state of Florida. This was confirmed by the prosecution on Friday. In my view, bail could be considered because of what had happened. When the officers went to the scene of the murder, the witnesses had indicated that the perpetrators were wearing masks and that they could not identify them, stated Tavares Finson. For her part, Coleman agreed with Tavares Finson, claiming that while the allegations are serious, no identification parade was held, and therefore there is nothing linking her client to the offences. She also revealed that Clark requires surgery to remove a foreign object from a section of his body. She said the surgery cannot be facilitated while he's in custody, and further details can be provided to the court if required. Besides, Coleman said her client, who lives outside of St. James, has denied the allegations and has maintained that he was nowhere near the incident when it took place. She added that her client is looking forward to his day in court when it is expected that he will be vindicated. Coleman said her client is not a flight risk and is willing to adhere to whatever conditions the court may choose to impose. Tavares Finson, in making his bail application, said the court could require that Thompson Jr. should not be seen in the parishes of Trelawney, St. James or Westmoreland. He said he was also not aware of any suggestions of his client being a flight risk. However, the Crown said it opposed the application, noting that the incident took place around 4 p.m. and the witnesses saw the accused men's faces. In fact, Mr. Thompson was pointed out in an ID parade by both witnesses, the Crown stated. The Crown pointed out that when the case came up in court in the past, a bail application was denied. The only thing that has changed since then is that one of our main witnesses has received some serious threats, my lord, and had to be relocated. Not only that, but it has come to our attention that even the investigating person in this case, my lord, is also under threat, the Crown said. However, similarly to Tavares Finson, Justice Morris was concerned about claims that the men were wearing masks, but the Crown argued that the witnesses saw Thompson Jr. who they knew and were able to make an ID. The Crown later tried to clear up the apparent ambiguity by revealing that while the men were wearing masks, their faces could be seen. This is not the first time Thompson Jr. has reportedly found himself in trouble with the law. In October 2021, Thompson was charged with breaching the Corruption Prevention Act after he allegedly offered a policeman $2 million after the police reportedly found a loaded illegal gun in a motor car he was traveling in Old Harbour, St. Catherine. Thompson Jr. and his co-accused, Romario BMR Scott, were charged with illegal possession of a firearm and ammunition. Scott pleaded guilty last year in April and is currently serving a 6-year and 1-month prison sentence, while Thompson Jr. was freed of the gun-related charges. JBNN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.